Hello, everyone. It is a gloomy Tuesday. And this is episode 31 of Franco's World. I am the host, Franklin Miller. Thank y'all very much for tuning in to today's program. I hope it's a good one. It should be a good one. I tried somewhat hard to make it a good one. Been traveling and stuff like that. Now you have this whole sinus thing going on. That's why there's no video for today's show, because I'm ugly today. Also because it took 3 days for the video to upload. It didn't it didn't give me all the video. I don't know why that happened on YouTube. It cut out the last 3.5 minutes. The quality isn't as good as it should be. So next week the quality will be incredible. I'm getting a new phone. I will talk about the phone thing in a minute. Let's go back to who I am and where to follow me. I'm Franklin Miller. Follow me at Franco's World _ on all social media platforms. I've been posting this show on Tumblr. So if you're a Tumblr listener and you listen, shoot me a message on Twitter or something like that, or Instagram at Franco's World _ because I'm curious to see all that stuff. I got my Spotify Wrapped for podcasters, but it only said I had 25 episodes as opposed to, 30. So the stats are not as correct as they should be. I'm not heated about it, Spotify. It's okay. I'm not mad. Okay? Just tell me these things. All right? Oh man, that noise just made me realize something. So my mom had a former boss. Whenever anything went wrong, and there's no chance this person is listening or will ever even know who I am, so it's okay. Whenever something went wrong, they would put their hands above their head and fold one hand down as if it were a dog ear and go like that. She would make a dog noise or like a Scooby-Doo, like like that. She would make a dog noise whenever she like questioned something. My mom would be like, "Yeah, and so the budget for this year's thing needs to be at 75 as opposed to 73." She would do that. How weird, and how do you get into a position of power whenever you go? Oh man, I'm probably gonna end up knowing this person, and I'm going to get reamed for making fun of my parents' former boss. It does not matter. Okay, it's just a joke. Relax. What were you talking about? Social media stuff. I'm trying to post every day, but I can't post every day because my phone has been out of commission since 3 o'clock yesterday or 2 o'clock yesterday. So if you try to hit me up, and so I've been texting, and I can check emails and do Twitter on the computer. I can't do Instagram, Snapchat, some other things on the computer. So if you sent me any of those or anything, I apologize because I can't do anything about it. I've tried 2 different chargers, 3 different charging blocks, 4 outlets or so. Nothing is working. It is time for a new phone, which is why I'm getting a new phone this weekend. There's an incredible deal going on, and it's so incredible. I have to get it. Okay. This is probably just like my Christmas gift or whatever to myself. And I'm getting a new phone. I'm going to get one of the iPhone 11s. There's like 3. And I don't know which one to get. I think I'm just going to get the regular one. Because, I mean, anything's going to be an upgrade from what I have. I have the iPhone like 6S. People had that phone when I was in high school in like 2014. I got the phone when I was like 2021 because I wanted the aux thing. We talked about this in episode 27. This is the very first thing we talked about in episode 27. I only know that because my buddy was going through the stuff, and going through my episodes, and he told me that. He said, 15% of your comedy is hand gestures. And I'm thinking, 15%, that's a decent amount. But honestly, man, if it makes anybody laugh, then it's cool with me. Funny thing is, oh man, I thought my phone dinged. I thought it finally turned on. Funny thing is, I recorded this show like 20 minutes. I recorded 20 minutes of this show, and I just stopped because nothing was landing. And I know you're probably thinking, like, what do you mean landing? It's a monologue. What do you mean? Like, the energy wasn't there. Like, I had this sinus thing going on, and I wanted to, like, nobody is forcing me to do the show today. Okay? It's strictly by me for me. If I stopped, nobody would care. If I didn't do it, nobody would care. But I'm doing it for me. And comedians have to perform, and entertainers, anybody has to perform when they don't feel well all the time. Every day there's somebody out there who probably doesn't feel well, has to perform and do something. Coal miners don't feel good and they have to go to work. Okay? So how come I have a little sinus thing going on and I can't do 30 minutes of a podcast that gets roughly, I don't know, ever many listens a month? A few hundred listens a month. What type of man would I be? Comedians have to perform. They don't feel good all the time. So I better get used to not feeling good and having to perform and having to turn it on. Okay? Sheesh. It's very easy to quit. Also, another reason why I didn't do the whole, like, why my camera thing is because, like, it's not as good a quality, and that was just a test. Last week was a test, and it was pretty positively received, I would like to say. My sister said she liked that aspect a lot, and then it adds a whole different element. It lets people see who I am, lets me add more body movements to the whole thing. It lets it become more of an experience for everyone. I mean, you're inviting me into your homes or phones now, laptops. And I didn't like, so like the production value of the show isn't very expensive. I have the mic, I have a mic sock on it to make it sound cleaner. I have like a little audio program to help me out and level it out and all that stuff. I think a problem people find themselves in is I spent a lot of money. I got a Rode podcaster mic. I got an arm, a swivel arm or whatever, swing arm thing. I got a good chair, a video game racing chair. I got a really good camera and all these things to make the show look great. And that's fine, but then you do 5 episodes and you quit because no one's watching or listening. And you have all these things and you have this high production value, and that's great. And that'll help you in the long run. But for me, I would like to. For me right now, it's about the content. So if the content's good, people will come, obviously. But then you're going to have to make it better so more people get engaged to it. Right now, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to build a foundation. I think I have a pretty solid group of listeners that span all over the place. I was getting my Spotify Wrapped, and I think I talked about that. I don't know. I was getting my Spotify Wrapped, and it was telling me you've had listeners in Austria, Germany, Italy, Spain, Greece, Australia, Canada, wherever, Colombia. I know who Colombia is though, so it's no big deal. And I'm like, oh, that's great, but I don't know who these people are. So, but I mean, I'm appreciative of any listener I get. So, like, somebody says they hate the show. All right, that's fine. Well, I appreciate you listening. My stuff's not for everybody. That's one question I hate having to answer. Get that question sometimes. Anybody who, I'm sure I have fellow aspiring comedians, fellow open micers, fellow regular comedians, whatever you want to call yourselves, that listen to this show as well. And they probably have to go through the same thing where people are like, oh, you do comedy? And like, are you funny? That's a really weird question to have to answer. Because if you say, yeah, I'm funny, then it puts a pressure on, okay, this guy's funny, let's see it. And it also can make you look arrogant. If you say no, it'll either make you look like you have no confidence or you're just being super modest. If you say what I say, you look like a genius. Anytime somebody asks if I'm funny or like if I'm good or this or that, anything along those lines, I will say, I'll say like, well, my stuff's not for everybody. Comedy's subjective. People like what they like, but sometimes I do okay. Because that's the truth. Sometimes I do okay. Sometimes I do bad. Sometimes I do good. Sometimes, my comedy's subjective, and it just makes people realize, I hope people look internally and and realize, like, my stuff's not for everybody. So whenever people have the audacity to say a comedian isn't funny, and even ones that are like big time, a lot of people right now are harping on Dave Chappelle for being mean to certain communities. And they say, Dave, who is that? Who's Dave? They always say, who is this? Like anybody in entertainment, like, and they think like that's the ultimate um insult. Who is this? Dude, there's like 7 billion people in the world. It's overpopulated. You think somebody's going to hear about Bruno Mars and a village in Thailand? No. Okay? Who is this? A comedian gets in trouble. Wow, who is this? I've never heard of him. Well, no, yeah, a lot of people haven't heard of him. Okay? A lot of people in this world. Who is this? Oh my god, who is this? He's not even funny. He's not even funny. Yeah, to you, okay? Mr. Gatekeeper of comedy. That person, she's not even funny. Okay, well, that's great, but I think she's hilarious. It doesn't matter. It's all subjective. Everything is subjective in life. I love my outlook in life. I have the best outlook in life. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, man. I talked about the phone. I've talked about Instagram. I've talked about why people do the whole, who is this? He's not even funny. Oh, man. I don't even know what type of voice that would be. That's like William Featherstone Cumberbatch the Third. He's not even funny. Yes. Man, maybe I should start doing more characters. Maybe I could become a character guy. I'm a quirky guy. I do people's acts. It's an impression. Okay, let's talk about this. Good luck to all my friends in San Diego right now for the Major League Baseball winter meetings. I hope you all get great jobs. All my friends, roommates, coworkers, all you guys and gals, I hope you get the job that you want, because anybody who supported me, I support you and this beautiful roller coaster, this magical rainbow ride of life. And you only get one of them, so you might as well do what you want to do. And you people in San Diego right now are doing what you want to do, which is get a job in baseball. So I wish you all nothing but the best, and I hope you get the job that you want, because going to the field every day as an office is pretty cool. Not that I did that, but it has to be pretty cool. Nothing better than a perfectly manicured, grass infield, and you smell the hot dogs that have been on the roller for a week. Nothing better than stuff like that. You got the cliche baseball ballpark music going on. Some big guy in the crowd with a shirt off, which is gross, by the way. Anybody who goes shirtless to a sporting event, I'm gonna need you gone. I'm gonna need you. All the shirtless people, you should form. If you're a shirtless fan, you should form your own team. All the shirtless fans need to band together and support one team, so we can all collectively hate them as a team. They would be the New England Patriots. I don't even hate them that much, even though I like the Dolphins. They're the New England Patriots of. They could be the New England Patriots of whatever sport you want to support. Which will probably, and then Lizzo will be your team's mascot. Her tuchus will be your mascot. And I guess I can talk about that because that's the news. Lizzo going to the Laker game and having her whole rump out and a thong. She's wearing nothing but a thong and a really long t-shirt, dress, bed sheet, whatever. I don't know what it is. It was really long, whatever garment she was wearing. And I'm not going to say that offends me. Wow, you're so offended by that? No, I'm not offended by that. There are kids at the games, and it's kind of inappropriate. Like, I don't care if you're Lizzo, Kendall Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, Mark Spitz, Craig Louganis, Mary Lou Retton. I'm just naming old Olympians at this point. I don't care who you are. If you wear a t-shirt dress hybrid that goes down to your Achilles and then you cut an oval around your rump and you're wearing a thong and that's it. That's all you can see is like skin and thong. I'm legally within my rights to roast you. Okay, I feel bad for the kids there. That image is permeated in their brain. They're probably traumatized for it. I'm not making fun of Lizzo. My God, I know. I'm not allowed to. Okay? Cool. I'm not allowed to. Some girl I was Lyft driving one time. I was a group of girls and they were laughing stuff I was saying. They thought it was funny. They're like, "What's your Instagram name?" I told them my Instagram name. They went on there. They saw some of my stuff. They were laughing like, "Oh my God, you're funny." And then one of them, they were like, I see something I don't agree with." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." And they're like, "We'll talk about it later." I'm like, "Okay." So later arrives and she's like, "What's this?" And I was like, and I read the joke. And it's the joke I had about bigger people that mummify their midsections in saran wrap to hide the fact that they're bigger. I hate that people have to do that they had to hide themselves, but like it's funny that people do that. We can admit that. Um, and I was like, "Yeah, it's a funny joke." She's like, "Is it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, anybody can make fun of somebody if they don't throw the first punch." Because I said in the tweet, I was like, the skinny guy jokes are funny. And they are. I look like Cinnamon from the Apple Jacks commercials. That's hilarious, okay? Um, if a girl goes to sleep on my chest, she's going to wake up with the Adidas logo imprinted on the side of her face. It's a joke about ribs. That's my ribs. That's funny. I'm allowed to laugh at that, but I'm not allowed to laugh at bigger people jokes. Come on. If you throw the first punch, you can't get mad when I come back harder. It's a rule, comedy courtesy. Okay? If you take it, you have to be able to give it. Straight up. Them there's the rules. I don't make them. That's just what they are. Them there's the rules. She had a problem with a joke, and she was one of those sorority girls that kept making that noise whenever she was like trying to make a point. She was like, "Is it though? I don't know that it is." All right, cool. Don't matter to me none. It honestly doesn't bother me any. Like I want more people to get mad at my jokes, because what you people don't realize is that the world doesn't revolve around your thoughts and opinions, and whenever you like. So a lot of comedians will talk about this whenever they're quote unquote canceled or whatever. Somebody will hear the joke that they've been canceled over and be like, "Oh, that's not bad at all." Like, there's a good amount of people that will be like, "Oh, that's not bad at all," and then watch all of their clips and then realize this person's pretty funny. And what you're doing is this whole cancel thing is actually making them stronger. So you should probably just quit altogether because you don't know how life works. It's the internet, man. 7 billion people in the world, and the majority of them are not on Twitter. Twitter is not real. I know I've talked about social media a lot and Twitter a lot, but Twitter is not real. Okay? It is fictional. It's fake life. It's not real. Moving on. Let's talk about why I hate storms. And we're moving. 18 minutes in, we're moving. Moving and grooving. Before we talk about why I hate storms, remember to go to baseballlegendapparel.com. He's got hats, shirts, jewelry, keychains, stickers, leggings for the ladies, onesies for the little ones, sweatshirts, I don't know, socks maybe. He's got a lot of things. And he's always adding material, always adding items. But if you use promo code FRANK, 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 at checkout for 10% off your final purchase, well, you'll get 10% off your final purchase. Hopefully it'll be here before the holiday season. So you better get those orders in quick. Okay, so why I hate storms is either T-ball or the first level after T-ball. And we were playing a game. It was a dark evening because of the storm that was coming. And they made us stop the game. They're like, "All right, you guys got to go home. The storm's coming. It's going to get bad." And we're like, "Oh, man, all right, fine." I was probably playing for Noble Roman's Pizza, which was a gas station pizza chain. Or it might have just been one singular location. And say what you will about gas station pizza chains, but their breadsticks and hot cheese, oh my God. It was incredible. And here I am busting my rump for Noble Roman's Pizza as a 7-year-old, and I didn't get any sort of deal from it. Okay? I didn't get lifetime cheese and breadsticks. That place shut down. It's not even in the 7-Eleven on the corner anymore. It's not there. But here I am, little shortstop, running around, making plays, diving deep in the hole, throwing Jeter. Here's a funny thing about baseball, and I love it so much, and it's literally the best thing to ever happen to me. But my very first play, my very first time playing or whatever, very first game, I was in the pitcher position. I was playing pitcher. And the very first at bat of the season, I'll never forget this. There's video evidence of it. The kid hits the ball, and because I wanted to be real and I wanted to be like a real ball player, whenever you play Little League pitcher, you're supposed to stand with like 1 foot in this little pitching circle because it's a flat ground and 1 foot outside of it to the side so you can see and not get tallywhacked by the ball. But because I wanted to be real and I wanted to be a real ball player, I stood right on the rubber, right on the pitching mound, and was like, I'll be fine. This is how real ball players do it. Couldn't see anything because I have someone's burly dad standing in front of me. So the ball gets hit, and the burly dad moves out of the way, it bounces up, hits me square in the nose. And I get up and throw it. The guy was safe, probably, but didn't give up on the play. And that was my initiation to baseball, and I was hooked ever since. I didn't even cry. Just want to point that out. So Noble Roman's Pizza, black uniforms, never forget. We were playing the game. Game gets called off. We're heading home, and as we're heading home, you hear that creepy sound from the weather service. This is a thunderstorm warning or tornado warning for your. I live in Norwich, England. This is your weather service reporting a tornado warning for the following areas: Parkersburg, Wood County. Yeah, whatever they said whenever the storm was coming. And that's creepy to hear that, and then the AOL dial-up like high-pitched whirring sound after that, followed by the robotic voice. That's creepy as a little kid because you have the leaves blowing everywhere. You got limbs flying, doves crying, the rain's pouring hard. So we get home and we're trying to track things in the local news, and all of a sudden, the TV cuts out, the lights cut out, power's gone. What do? Well, it's whistling the wind outside. So we bunker down in the master bedroom closet. Bunker down in there as a family. Bunker down in there. What are we going to do to pass the time? Well, there's only a couple things you can do in a religious household to pass the time. With the radio on, and every 2 seconds you hear a tornado. There's a tornado coming. And that's probably pray. So we did a lot of praying, holding hands and praying. And then we sang Bible hymns. We sang them to move the storm as if How Great Thou Art is going to deflect a Category F9 tornado. So that's what we did. But it must have worked because our house wasn't decimated. There were homes that got picked up and whirled away like it was Wizard of Oz. But I think those people are fine now. I hope so. Anyways. That was just a traumatic experience for me as a little kid. And people are like, oh, I love thunder. I love lightning. And I'm just like, man, it's just, the anxiety levels in me just rise up after I see like the storm coming. It's just creepy to me. But anyways, moving on, we got a handful of minutes left. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and everything under the sun at Franco's World _. My YouTube channel is just my name though, Franklin Miller. But I want to see if I can get that changed somehow. I'm also trying to get my Spotify description changed because it's what I had whenever I made the first episode, and it's really, it looks, don't look at it. It's really like a jerk thing to say, and it's really dumb, and it's not a true testament to who I am as a person. And by jerk thing to say, I mean it's like, oh, he's inspired by Seinfeld. Like, come on, man, grow up. Like, it needs to be about me. And so my iTunes one is good, but my Spotify one is not good. I'm trying to get that changed. What else? Okay, so I saw, do I want to talk about that? No, we'll talk about a couple other things, and if we have time, we'll do the DUI joke. to close with these last 5 minutes. We'll see if I can get there. So I got a letter sent to my childhood home, and my mom was the first one to see it, obviously, because it was my childhood home and I wasn't there. I was gone. And the letter said, former West Virginia University AA member. I don't know why I said former. AA, what's AA? Sounds like Alcoholics Anonymous, right? Yeah, got a phone call about that one. Rip to Kingdom Come. You were an Alcoholics Anonymous and didn't. I said, I've never heard. No. Obviously, playing deny. I wasn't an Alcoholics Anonymous at all. Opens the letter. Oh, it says Alumni Association. My bad. You just ripped me to Kingdom Come for saying I was hiding an alcohol problem. And then you open it and it says Alumni Association. What is this? Unreal. So yeah, West Virginia University, maybe don't say AA on things. Maybe just say alumni, ASSOC, or something. Because the AA is sending confused messages to parents who are terrifying. I love you guys, but sometimes you scare me. Okay, so news is popping right now, and I'd like to bless the lives lost in the horrible incident in New Zealand where a volcano erupted. There's tons of people that were burned very badly. Handful of people are dead. Probably no remains to be found because they were walking in an active volcano. I know it's bad that they lost their lives, but there's reports on Friday, because I like to stay informed, that gases were coming out of the volcano. The volcano was smoking. I don't care. I don't know if it's smoldering and smoking at all times, but the videos that I saw and the pictures that I saw that were taken minutes before people met their demise, it was smoking. Gases were coming out of the volcano on Friday. People died yesterday. I don't know. Saturday. So if there's gases that are being released, if the volcano is smoldering, and you decide to take a tour of an active volcano where you walk in the middle of the mouth of it, I don't want to say it's natural selection, but I feel like you gotta know what's coming at that point. You're like, I'm gonna walk in the middle of Mount St. Helens and see what happens. You're tempting fate. And fate tends to normally win that battle. So I'm sorry that people lost their lives, but you gotta turn your brain on that one. 2 minutes left. What can we talk about for 2 minutes? What do I have on the handy dandy mini yellow legal pad that I use for the show? The fine show. Nope, that's not it. We can talk about that. No. We might just close the show out. Yeah, let's just do that. So, thank y'all very much for listening to today's show. I know I got this sinus thing going on, but comedians perform all the time and don't feel well, so I need to get you. Nobody's forcing me to do this show. I'm doing it for me. And it's incredible y'all listen to this. It really is. So I'm genuinely thankful from the middle of my heart. If you've ever listened to the show, or if you have in the past and you're coming back, or if you're a new listener right now, then welcome. Welcome aboard the pirate ship. I got to figure out a name for the listeners. I might just change my name to Franco Milano. I'm not Italian at all, but it does roll off the tongue. What would the listener's name be? The Frankettes? No, it's Danettes, like Dan Patrick. I don't know. All that stuff's not important. But I greatly appreciate you listening to today's show. In the meantime, you keep all those questions and comments coming, folks, even though I didn't use them today because my phone is garbage. And also, you keep taking care of yourself because I want you to keep coming back each Tuesday from now until the end of time. And, yeah, thank y'all very much. Again, it means a lot to me that you guys listen to this out loud journal. So I hope you have a great day.